tomorrow, one of the big Thanksgiving Day games is the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. And I'm just going to say it, Rob. And I know the story. The Detroit Lions, what was it? They came up with the idea of playing on Thanksgiving Day way back in 1934 or something like that. And
correct.
They've played.
I'll give you that.
That's it, right? They've played ever since on Thanksgiving Day, but for a brief break, what, in the 30s or 40s, where the league just wasn't playing. Well, World War II in the 40s. I'm just gonna put it this way, Rob, and I'm gonna be honest. I felt this way since I was a little kid. There was a brief respite during the Barry Sanders era when it was okay. But as a kid, I always wondered, why in the world are the freaking Detroit Lions on television every Thanksgiving? And I was like, they don't put the good teams on Thanksgiving. And I'm going to say this, Rob, I don't care that it was the Lions owner idea in 1934 to play on Thanksgiving. I don't care if the owner of the Lions invented Thanksgiving. I don't care if he invented Thanksgiving and football. I don't care if he invented Thanksgiving, football, and turkeys. The Detroit Lions need to stop being put on television or stop playing on Thanksgiving Day. I'm tired, Rob. I am sick and tired of seeing the worst franchise in the NFL play on such a big day for national football. I'm serious, and it needs to stop.
Chris Broussard, shame on you. And I know people think Rob Parker, the Detroit homer.
Yeah, we do. And the music
and
ain't gonna help.
I worked in the media there for 20 years. Newspaper, radio, television. Go talk to the people in Detroit. They said I hated their city and I hated their teams. But on this day, Rob Parker stands and rises for tradition. I believe in tradition. It is an important part. Tradition is why we celebrate Thanksgiving on the third Thursday every November. And it was 1934 that G.A. Richards, the owner of the Detroit Lions, decided to start this tradition. And Chris, don't you dare try to take it away from the great people of Detroit, the black capital of the United States, of those hardworking people. What have those people done to you? You know what? It's a staple. It's a part of their life. Going to a Lions game and then having Thanksgiving dinner. This was the very same city where people came from all over the South to work in the car factories, the Ford factories, Chris, because Henry Ford paid black workers and white workers the same wage. $5 a day, no matter what color you are, dating back to 1914. Unheard of in these United States. And you want to strip those people and the lineage of those people who have given their all and take the one thing away from them. Detroit has been stripped of so many things. White flight and all the other things, and people have abandoned the city. It's a city built with great people and traditions. I love Detroit. I wasn't born there, but I became a man in Detroit. They've embraced me like I'm one of their own. It's about tradition. It's about Detroit. It's about the people. To hell with Chris Broussard and you fair weather NFL fans.
Fair weather?
The city is about the Thanksgiving Day game is a celebration of the culture and the texture and the people of Detroit. How dare you try to take away the tradition from the great people of Detroit? No way, no how. Long live the Ford family and long live the Detroit Lions, and long live the tradition of football in Detroit on Thanksgiving.
Enough! All right, you put on your music. You did your history lesson. I wasn't impressed because everything you said had nothing to do with football. He's saying learn from my mistakes. That's what he's saying. And Rob, I've said it before. Well, let me say this point first. Tony Dungy. You know Tony's not just spouting off at the mouth. Tony said this was a good thing.
Is he the gospel now, Tony Dungy?
No, I'm just saying. You use Pat Riley, I use Tony Dungy. So if you had used the Tony Dungy quote with your wife, you might still be married.
And then I could blame Tony Dungy. Chris, you can say all that.
Now that means something?
But you can say all that. My only point is that once again, Deshaun Watson was all fine to sign money with the same guy he has no confidence in now. It's phony.
You know
it's
how
phony.
much
I don't buy it.
Since he signed
I don't
that
buy
contract?
it. You want to make a real statement? He could have told that guy, I don't want your money. I don't want to be here. Then I would applaud him.
You know
to
what?
Say,
he can have both.
That's
he
what
can
you
have
do.
His cake
you don't
and
make
he
your
can
no.
eat it too.
Totally disagree.
But he's seen too much nonsense. Too much nonsense. How many teams does your best defensive player go to the quarterback and say, man, I'm sorry, we are wasting your talent? That's what J.J. Watt said to him.
Chris, you know what?
That
Let me tell you
franchise
something.
is a mess.
Chris, can I tell you this? This is the biggest fallacy about wasting people's career. You know why? Because every year only one guy wins. Does that mean that the other 31 guys didn't do anything? You can't win. There's no guarantee that Deshaun Watson is going to win anything.
I mean, that's the whole thing. For getting to the finals.
No, my
you
point
said it'd be worse than to get to the finals than to lose in the second round. What's the difference?
It's a shame we wasted your talent. You know what? Dan Marino went to one Super Bowl. Everybody still thought he was a great quarterback. Come on now. Don't make it like some pity party that Deshaun Watson has to win. Says who? Says who? Nobody. Deshaun Watson, they made the playoffs 3 out of the last 5 years, and that ain't good enough. We don't trust anybody here. Don't sign the damn contract. Right. Dre, in Michigan, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
What it do, peoples?
What's up, man?
I'm good, Ryan. Man, this is the third time this week you don't let me down, bro. I know you Queen raised, but Detroit claimed you, bro. How you don't paint your own house, man?
I don't paint I'm not a good painter.
I told him turn in his man card on the
What? That painting is a man's thing?
You from the D, bro. You represent us. You represent me.
Y'all ain't looking too hard.
At least don't put it on the radio. Don't tell everybody on the radio.
So wait a minute, you paint your own place?
Man, I paint my basement, my kids' room, my room, any room, man. I do all that, bro.
Rob didn't cut his grass either.
Not when I was a kid.
No. So I know he ain't cleaned his own pool back in Southfield.
Man, come on.
It's cool.
You know I had a pool cleaner. Come on.
Petties every week.
Yeah, right.
Man,
what you trying to
every month.
All right, Chris. The intro's too long. I need to get at Greg Jennings, okay?
Greg Jennings, welcome.
What's up?
That might be the nicest thing you hear on this interview.
What up? What up?
How you doing, man?
What's up, Chris? It's been a long time. Rob, it's been a long time, man. I wish I could hug you. I know you're going to be polite because we ain't seen each other, talked to each other in a long time.
Wow.
Man, it's like long-lost family, man. You embrace them.
Yes.
You encourage them. You talk good to them. Okay, just holler at me. What's up?
Hey, what's up, cuz? What's up, family? What's up, fam? I got an issue with you, Greg Jennings.
Whoa, right out the gate.
Yes.
You know he ain't wasting no time.
I mean, when you told us that Daniel Jones was a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, coming off of last year's stats, forget about what you think he might turn into coming off of last year's stats. And then I get it. He wasn't the only bad thing that happened in that game, but he didn't look good, and they gave him a ton of money. He is not a top 10 quarterback, and I want you to make your case or step down and say you made a mistake. One or the other.
Ooh, is this an ultimatum?
Yes.
Let me tell you something. When you back somebody into a corner like me, man, I come out boxing, man. I am not at all going to remove my 2 feet that have been planted into the cement in the talks of Daniel Jones as a top 10 quarterback.
What? We are setting it up on a platter for you. We're giving you a chance to come off this
mountain. I'm going to tell you
mountain.
why I'm not going to waver. I'm not going to waver because we saw a lot of quarterbacks struggle. Like, we're not going to sit here and say, what was up with Lamar? What is he doing? We're not saying that.
Yeah, but Lamar won an MVP. I mean, we're talking about we've seen what Lamar can do.
So you basically saying Daniel Jones is trash. The season right now, from what we just saw Sunday night, it is what it is. He is trash. He's not top 10.
Chris, all I know is Daniel Jones the other day in Jersey, he heard the garbage truck. He went outside with the garbage, and he asked the garbage man, he said, am I too late for the garbage? And the garbage man said, no, jump in.
Any 32 of the rosters and say, oh, you know what? We have
any
a better
love
chance
for
with him.
Wentz? No love for Wentz?
Absolutely not. Stop it.
Stop it. You're the one saying Daniel Jones is all world.
Right.
I gotta
My
stop
God.
That is our man, Greg Jennings.
Greg, I love you, buddy, my man. I can't wait to give you a hug when I see you.
coming on the show, man.
I'm not hugging you, man. I'm not hugging you, Rob.
You knew you were in trouble coming on, so we give you credit for showing up.
I'm ready for it. I want y'all to keep this same energy. All you listeners out there, y'all feeling this energy. I want y'all to all keep this same energy because
we keeping it. We keeping it.
When Daniel Jones has evolved and emerged from underneath the garbage truck, and you thought he was in it, it's gonna be ready to go, baby.
That's
all
our
right,
man, Greg.
We'll talk to you
see
next week.
Man.
Next week.
All right, fellas.
They didn't honor that, and so he hasn't been supported throughout his duration of his career. I'm not upset with him.
Greg, I think that's total nonsense, what you just said. Because
I know you
remember,
would.
Yeah, I know. And because I remember Jerry Krause and those guys always having an issue with Michael Jordan and them fighting with the front office. So I don't know about all the ideas that Michael Jordan had all the say on everything that went on. I don't remember that part of his NBA career before he started winning championships. So you got to school me on that.
Though.
I don't remember that. Number two, I'm not buying it. You guys could all flex your muscles, feel good that he's taking his career in his own hands. Those football players won't even stand up for health care. How dare him that he's going to be worked up because he didn't hire the general manager or because they didn't ask him what coach to hire. And you just said it. You don't have to follow him. You just got to listen. Really? Okay, we'll listen to you. Greg, I'm not buying it.
Let me ask you this.
No, I want Greg to answer.
Answer what? You didn't ask a question. You just made a statement. What was the question?
I made a statement that, Greg, this is BS. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it.
What's the question?
I'm asking you.
Is this BS?
After I just laid out the case for you, you're telling me that you should let a. How does he even know who's a general manager? He knows who the people are out there that he should be involved in.
Picking the GM.
He should be involved in that.
Rob, you sound like a fool when you say players shouldn't be able to do this, do that. You sound like back in 1970.
No,
that is
I don't.
over. That
no,
is
I
yesteryear.
I
that
know
is
it's not
what's
yesterday.
See,
There's 53 players on the team. Greg, what if he hired? Greg, what if he picks the general manager who's bad? Do we go and get rid of the general manager and the
he gets to pick
and the
him,
coach?
This is why you're missing my point. Thank you, Chris. I didn't say you have to listen to what he suggests, but or I'm talking about implement what he suggests, but to listen to him, to literally tell him what you're thinking of doing. He didn't even say he wanted to pick. He just said he was going to be included. That means you're going to discuss it with me.
So then you include him in the conversation, and then he picks somebody else that he doesn't want. Then he comes back with his face frowned up because he didn't pick the guy he wanted. That doesn't make sense. All I want, hey, Alex, hit that music because I flex my voice muscles right now. I flexed them. And Greg Jennings, he rolled up into a ball and went to the corner.
And they're still puny.
That's our man, Greg Jennings. Good
Greg,
job,
it's all
baby.
right.
We appreciate
I yell at
it.
everybody, man. That means love.
He's upset because
I
he
yell at
got
everybody.
the bad end of a business deal today. He's upset.
They only painted a wall and a half. I'm supposed to get a paint
They're supposed
job
to paint
today.
5 walls, so he got robbed. He'll never see those guys again. They took his money. He'll never see them again. All right,
Have a
Greg.
great
Thanks,
day,
brother. We'll
evening.
talk to you next week.